Why am I so afraid just to say a hello? Hey. Or to pick up the phone just to say what is up? It's been a long time and I've been thinking, give you a call to shoot the shit and fill you in, we're reminiscing. Yeah. On the dumb things we did when we were only little children. Up in the hills smoking cigarillos, waiting on a vision of what our life would be like if we were dreaming and together we were wishing. Cause now I'm living in the city and you're back home, and all I'm doing is I'm singing. Yes, I'm singing. Oh, I don't feel how I used to anymore. I don't hear from you like I used to anymore. Let's run it back and kick it like we used to. I don't feel how I used to anymore. I don't hear from you like I used to anymore. Let's run it back and kick it like we used to. Or call me back and tell me something new. From you like I used to. I don't feel how I used to. I don't hear from you like I used to. Struggle, and there's beauty in the pain. So if love is a struggle, I guess there's beauty in everything. There's peace in a heartbreak, and there's fire in the rain. So if everything means nothing these days, baby, then let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. I keep waking up from the same dream. Never thought anxiety would change me, but everything that goes up must come down. And every time I think I got it made, I drown. I wish that it were different now, but that's how it's gotta be, so let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Yeah. I close my eyes and lightning strikes, so I won't sleep till I get it right. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain all night. I close my eyes and lightning strikes, so I won't sleep till I get it right. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain all night. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain down. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain down. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain.
오, 됐다, 많아. 폴리앤드리 폴리지니는 없어?
Take a look out the window. Spirit goes up as the rain falls down. I've been sailing on the wrong course, keeping it together like I did before. Think that I've said this a few times. Even with that, has it ever felt right? I swear that this has happened every moment. Can I just be honest? I was only wondering, and maybe we could take it to a different conversation. Things will get uncomfortable, but only if we make it. I just wanna say that, but you'd rather take it all back. Although you are sunlight, you stay in the shade. I'm dancing in a corner just to get a space, cause I wanna believe that. Ooh, I get lost, you go with your day. Slowly getting closer, but you're moving away. I know it's just a recap, but I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back. Maybe it's time to get home. Think that it's going a little too far, even after all the white noise. Oh, I still wanted to restart. Give all you're taking my time. It feels like I'm patiently waiting in line. So can we ever have another moment? Can you just be honest? I was only wondering if maybe we can take it to a different conversation. Things will get uncomfortable, but only if we make it. I just wanna say that. Still, you'd rather take it all back. Although you are sunlight, you stay in the shade. I'm dancing in a corner just to get a space, cause I wanna believe that. Ooh, I get lost, you go with your day. Slowly getting closer, but you're moving away. I know it's just a recap, but I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back.
Set out to sea with a map made from a tree on a boat called Love and Wonder. with the wind behind our sails. The harbor wished us well. We went out towards the colors. The waves got turning, we got nervous. All we built was sinking down. It might be time to turn this thing around. It might be time to swim instead of drown. 'Cause I won't waste another moment leaving our ship broken, just waiting to be found. So let's swim instead of drown.